which industries will benefit the most from adoption of immersive tech?
It's not atypical, but it's something a little bit underrated. Real estate, there's already 3D experiences of real estate where they showcase the whole apartments, blocks, and everything they're building now. When you take that to immersive tech and show them in a virtual world how it will exactly look like, they can walk around, they can see the walls, they can see the interior design, how you want to do it, and everything. That I think that's a very, very big thing. That's a very big industry that you can acquire a big share of if you provide good services to them.
All right, Constantino, what's your take on that?
Industry of fashion, of course. The fashion industry is already one of the bigger adapters for what is coming for the metaverse, and they jumped there first. Louis Vuitton jumped there before even the metaverse is coming as a term, and a lot of other brands, they did that. And this is what we are doing also, is that we are working on bring a holistic solution for the whole fashion business model. So it started with digital fashion, which was an old style, let's say, that you can do it with your computers. But right now, the need is more of how you can have a try-on, and then we have augmented reality on that. But right now, we're working on a VR try-ons. And this is a barrier that when we have it, and be, let's say, a new chapter for fashion.
You think VR or AR will be the most beneficial? Like VR, you can experience fashion from home, right? And AR can enhance like fashion show.
I did a presentation 1 month ago regarding the topic of fashion weeks. My headline was a phrase from The Matrix when Neo went to the Oracle to find out if he was the chosen one. Small kid from Nepal, I don't know, who says that you will realize that there is no spoon. And I rephrase that by saying there is no chair, because the fight for the fashion week is who is going to sit on the chair in the first row in order to see and to have the biggest network on the fashion week, because the fashion weeks and the shows are happening for the media. So in virtual reality, you don't have the chair. You don't need to have fashion weeks. And this is the main essence of what is the virtual reality actually. What we do there, we build, say, the same space with the chairs and we invite avatars to sit down there, or we create something else because we have the possibility to do it. Because we have this possibility to do something different, then the whole business is changed, because we don't need the same intermediaries, the same way to do things as before. So the whole organization is collapsed or changed in something else, giving new opportunities to people. So it's not about the fashion show, it's about how to see it. And I would like to add here, when we had the first, let's say, lockdowns in the pandemics, and the people, they want to do streamlines, that was the first thing. And they say, okay, we will do fashion show in a studio and then we will streamline to other. And they said, this is the new reality. And I said, no, this is not the new reality. This is just a camera that can show what you do here to the people that they're sitting at home. This is not the metaverse. This is not the immersiveness. This is not the whole thing. Forget it. But what is the ability of people to see a fashion show on a chair, but when they put their glasses, the goggles or whatever, then they can see that the model that's coming out in the runway is having an alligator in her head. That's something that in physical way you cannot see. And then in this way, everybody would like to be in virtual reality because they would like to see something that they don't have the ability to see it in physical world.
Once virtual reality will bring more rather than less, and real people will see more value in it. Titus, what's your take?
I posted something recently about how in life we're social beings. We spend most of our life with first of all, with our core families, then we have social peers, then we start our own family. But most of the time we spend throughout our lives is actually alone. And I'll link this to the metaverse. A lot of people are lonely in the world, which is very sad actually, because we need each other to survive. Being socially interacting like we do today is one of the necessary things for us to function and to be healthy and happy. So I think one of the things that could really help is the industry. I don't know if it's an industry, but loneliness as an industry, if I can call it that. So I recently was looking into some of the applications that are already out there, and there's one which I actually recommend everyone here in the call to try. It's called Call Annie. You can just download it on your mobile phone. It's basically an AI module that you can use to talk to. It's a woman that talks to you. She's trained and programmed just to keep the conversation going. You can talk about your morning in the park, or how you had a fight with your peers, or anything you want to talk to about. She's pretty capable of giving sort of a natural sense of the conversation. And this is just an app on your phone, and it's again a very limited experience. It's not immersive. But I think where the metaverse will really help people and others is the social aspect, helping people connect. There's also a disease in Japan, a special disease where young adolescents stay in their rooms and they actually don't come out of their rooms and they just play video games the whole day, completely isolated from social interaction. And I think with immersive tech, we can actually bring back more of the social interactions that now we have through a screen, which I think are quite limited. One of the big industries that have always been forefronting and leading these technological evolutions has always been the sex industry. You've seen it with telephone. I don't know how it was in your country, but basically when we got telephones installed, the first things that made telephones go mainstream was line. Funny enough, before that, people were like, well, I don't need a telephone. I can just pass by someone's house or send a card or whatever. And then for the internet was the same. I mean, if you go to like the most searched websites, it's going to be sex websites. I think like virtual reality will probably be sort of supercharged by applications. Then thinking about the other parts of the metaverse and virtual reality, I always think about that movie called Ready Player One. Before we get there, where we have sort of the complete immersive experiences, where we can be alternative egos to who we are, I think we're quite far away from that.
Right. Tim, what's your take?
And I just want to start by saying, what is a metaverse? How do you define it? For me, it's as simple as the next generation of content delivery platform. So when you think of content delivery, it starts with gaming. So right now, it's all about gaming experiences, and then it's going to move to sports. So you're going to have the sports industry, esports, real sports, all of that come into the metaverse. And then it's going to move into movies and music and media. All the metaverse is an immersive content delivery platform. And so once you simplify it that way, then you can understand what industries are going to dominate. And it's going to be gaming, it's going to be sports, and it's going to be media, and it's going to be artists, it's going to be content creators. These are the people who's going to benefit most from the metaverse. So you mentioned, when would grandma be using, this immersive technology? And the medical industry is making huge progress with the metaverse. And one aspect of this is when it comes to older, you typically think of dementia and Alzheimer's. So imagine being able to recreate loved ones that are constantly playing in an AR environment or a VR environment inside of like a nursing home, to where they can feel like their loved ones are always there supporting them, and they have this daily reminder of who these people are, so they don't forget who their loved ones are when they actually do come and visit them. You can program AI based on data set. If you have a data set of who you are as a person, you can create an AI version of yourself and then have that person be able to support your loved one who has Alzheimer's and dementia. They can interact with a digital twin of yourself, an AI twin, and they're able to remember who you are. I think that is when grandma and grandpa will be using immersive technology.
There's no wrong or right about the domain industry which will dominate. I think that's based on the personal preferences in the industry we are right now working in. But it's amazing that we have so many different things. Thank you to watching to the end. If you like more exclusive content or you'd like to learn through the text, consider subscribing to our newsletter. Links in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and probably you might like this video.